feedback I mean, and I think network, you know, a bit of challenge kakra, but we will manage it. And said we senior feed nibia no just bear with us because your network and the feedback I mean, and said the network is slow and Ghana your problem no. You know very well, so data is very expensive in Ghana, but the kind of services are rendered to us, no, very poor. Going live has become a major problem, even though what to data to your cat then, and you know, say people don't care because these telecos is one more for pressure and two also to ensure say they would do an efficient job and as they will render efficient services to the people. They always take the people for granted. The more you're interested in your music or Monsabaka, but I'm sure say your communication minister or no Sanya Manon kind of plans and then anyway a very arrogant woman or Kasa wa unim said the OCT, but some of these things she doesn't care. And you know, we continue to be at the receiving end, always and always in network a challenge, but said the music, you know, we will continue and discussion, no. I think the budget and an annual kind of rata I could read about I think it's about 4 or 3 days ago, and much has been said about it, and Metra say we go through the budget. Just budget statements in the city, we see Ghanaians, whenever a conversation is riddled with a lot of mathematical flourishness, like people naturally shy away. And in some no mass and a doors, no figures, and then as for people don't even pay attention. But I'll try as much as we can to delve into some of the key highlights. I can't want some Sebeya, Yebenya Soment, as ye be a womb, Sebeya, also no expectation, whatever you per with regards to this particular economy, no, who will be a best at free. And like I said, networking is a challenge, but no will not stop us from doing what just a bit how one category, but we will continue to do what we are supposed to do this evening. So, like I said, just seize the opportunity in a few minutes. Share Sebaya will be a binya opportunity na what share because we'll start in middle na people will be sending you messages and as a phone. So let's try budget. I think it sounded a bit complex, but we will try to say a bit to making it simple for the ordinary Ghanaians. But say the finance minister some of the key highlights. What is our say Ghana economy hit 1 trillion mark for the first time in the history of this country. The Ghana's economy will hit a 1 trillion mark. Same way, a lot of debate on various platforms, on television stations. You're breaking it down to see what exactly is involved. Your economy be a 1 trillion economy. Ghana for yen celebrity and as we will walk into that, and then some tax exemptions be pass it on to. I think the one major issue and I concern and many we break your friend is saying omunya omo men's is a pad or is becoming quite expensive, and my young ladies no muko school challenge because sikasem ehwayeden enti as part of as a measure by government, you know, yet say were granted your friend say tax relief for companies or manufacture part we import items and the bar at the port, no duty free, and then a bedroom have VAT in as a form over the years of Mutiani a year free. So, but the key questions, baby say, I want to say, when the local manufacturing companies, you know, do the same and a year it's me manufacture part of Kuma say now or more your friend is saying capacity, no, is it enough so to be a meaty the friends and national demand, and now we will look at those issues and what she or the amount of money are buying a year see was yebedi for this year. I think there's somewhere around 225 billion Ghana cedis, and I had amount of money government a year to was the that's what project is in the next year. No, don't forget a budget year by a year for 2024, and this is the last budget Akufo-Addo government officially no go ready to first Ghanaians media review no baba, but officially for this particular government the last budget in here into the aspirations Niama na Ghana for expected with regards to how are these people are managing the economy no and then the American sika yet was over 225 billion and over 26 yes 226 billion and I say taxes and then as for your grants and in Sabaka sika yebeboa no and Sabaka awafi munu nyina no government is expecting so obenya about 176 billion Ghana cedis. So she nyansi yenyan nye no budget no run deficit that's way over 50 billion. We need to say yakwakobobosia sebe yebetime bridge the gap. Don't forget buying say in revenues, taxes, grants, and then as for expect to send in Sabaka no going into next year no around 170 billion Ghana cedis. But year market say obedi 226. So the difference always and always they must be on the equal scale. And the year D ne the year no naturally say for instance, I'm breaking it down for you. So salary 100 your salary 1,000 Ghana cedis. That is your salary for a few moon me de can sem now I say I just say a few moon ubedi 1,500. We see o salary awoje 1,000 cedis. Now I can say a few moon sika ubedi 1,500. Enti wunyan start year no kra no what the cut 500 Ghana cedis. Sana your budget in it here. Enti deficit based always and always say your bubbles to finance it sebeya ebetimi ene sebeya revenues ene expenditure be equal. Enti ye di 226 and sika yes practice ye benya no 176 enyan ye no ye the cap almost be 50 that we need to raise that money to your friends fill the gap. And in doing so one key thing that you need to remember and say as CCI the government of Ghana has officially been barred from the credit space. The international commercial space where countries go to borrow. It been a year the Euro bond and other your friend is saying countries your bilateral way for yesabi your honchire kwa jijisika free omohone na se for no sa kwanya ni the hobium because the economy has been managed so bad to the extent say your credit score is so poor. Say you see abontin say kwa kobobosin a obi eni ho be ma yembi. So that 50 billion deficit na make kan ho asem no, where do you think the government will get that particular money from? It means say abiding and nature this domestic market. Now oko raise that particular money no no kobosa abosin na free. And don't forget to say so obi a private business e Ghana ontimi mfa plane so oko IMF and I say oko China kwa bosia. No, they deal with countries. So these companies and as a private enterprises always rely on the local economy. Sabe and no one ya bobosia de ye nyuma. So if you have a situation where the government cannot go to the credit space, the domestic market, which is meant for private enterprises and some local industries, at the end of the day, there will be a competition. And whenever government is in competition with the private sector, government will win. So what it means is government is going to also lock out these private enterprises from the domestic space. Their access to credit will become a challenge. So the issues are related, whichever way you want to see it. So the access of these domestic and private enterprises to credit to a certain extent, anyhow, because you can't be in a competition with government because a buying intimate so 50 billion deficit now, that money will be raised from your local market has a so government is going to be in competition with your local industries in as a form. And other issues are your friends budget and I think those of you who have been following keenly within the week, when a bit of insight. There has been a lot of discussion around it. Among for so first, my can near my means, and I think so with time in let us look at it. So first one, budget, can Nuforiata say for the first time in the history, the economic history of Ghana, the budget, Ghana, the size of our GDP, is likely to hit 1 trillion mark. In a good day, say, on minor GDP, a cost a balloon to that particular extent, a call for celebration because it gives an indication, say, on minor air expanded, the economic base air expanded. So when you go into that particular country, you are supposed to feel the impact of that particular growth in our economy. So there are two things. Positive growth. When Abraham who say a new sem air cost amount for the because a 1 trillion economy, there should have a capacity to create job opportunities for amount for million production air cost so output is high and the basa that drive now become positive. But beside one says see economy come once me a buying to create a juma private sector to create a juma sem is a challenge. So the cost of this particular expansion, even if it is true, and net positive sir. Now, it is the other way around because you can't GDP. It is the economic value, the market value of your saying goods and services. You produce within a specific frame of time. So this one, if you are using 1 year, maybe within a year. So the market value of your friend saying finished goods and services. So economic activities in as for a cost within or mind no. And this year count about the market value. Market value, Nema a drivers are Nema key are your prices. Because also who the market value of goods and services are that are produced within your friend is a specific frame of time. One key element are your price because price in a bit determined. So when you have inflation going up high, as far as Ghana inflation rate, it may hit 51. Obviously, it will drive these figures will look very high, but it doesn't reflect say economically. No, things are getting better. That is the picture I want us to get. Say near na be a driver ma GDP na ye ho ha na wo hu no enye nnwuma and enye say productivity bi na ekoso na mom and near mom na bo aye den. And in GDP it is about the market value of your friends saying finished goods and services within a specific frame. And it is inflation kosro affected the market value, and obviously though your GDP and other stuff will go up. And reflect it say economy no expansion no capture a man for human yet then as a form there be. And especially at this time so where the cedi and the dollar now the one key thing dollar no is cedi dollar no stable a kosro high and the very moment dollar no kosro no prices follow. Obviously, no, some of these figures will go up. And then another question I also be I want to say GDP na ya kan wasem no. Enye Ghana human kwa it overall your friend saying goods and services are yeah within or mind no. And you know Ghana you share do saying and the work side way because most of the companies now or more actively they contribute to Ghana's GDP no. Most of them foreign-based companies are sabi. Omo ye adwuma no nyina wie na omo sika sem no boa no pe ye tam sika no away. Take a company like MTN, which is I think it's a South African company. Into no be ye adwuma okrom ha. Whenever you gauge the market value of economic transactions and activity, obviously you can't leave MTN then the businesses out, but ask yourself say how much of it Sika and the Kakuruma say. So obviously that analysis, 1 million mark way, in nominal terms, might look good for just for economic analysis, but in reality, any effect be on the economy. Because these companies, I understand Kayawamra Kruma say we a foreign company now Bagana. Nasa we your business in Nasifoni area. Afimuno, a certain percentage of your profits must be retained. Say, won't mean Sicani in Amfam Carbon. Maybe we can say those Sican best take Chroma, I must have been Numa 7 as a 4, but Sam Ranuniho. And to the pan by year, Jumahano Yan and Faswina, they have the right to repatriate all those amount of money away. And when these monies are exiting in Ghana, they don't go in cedis, they go in dollars. So they change these monies into dollars. At the end of the day, it bring get further strain on the economy. So we use more transactions and as a for the gauge say with GDP expanding as a for the economy a growing a woody. That is why most economists and theorists are moving away from just GDP as a way of measuring how well economy is doing or not. And there are other key ways among for you. What's it about your friends saying poverty index? What's it about your friends saying happiness index? What's it about human development index? And then the discussion in Accra over around your friends saying human development index, because it's not just looking at the economic figures alone, but it put a premium on the individual. Now, as an individual, what is your value, your developmental value? So it talks about literacy. It talks about your friend is saying lifespan, access to credit, and whole lot of stuff. And whenever you are rated positive, it means that the individual life within in terms of development, both economically and socially, the person is doing well. So these are some of the key things, some of the indices are among for you to determine say economy was certain linkage be on the lives of the people. And yes, the figures will be looking good, but on the grounds, the lives of the people appear terrible, just like the situation we find ourselves in. And even most economists are raising so person will assess how well economy is doing in terms of where instead of say we use the GDP, the gross national product no mum, yes, gross national product, that is the GMP, and only the same economic activities, the same, the market value of the same goods and services produced within the year, but not within the borders of this particular country, but by Ghanaian nationals. It is a Ghana maybe or America. Nasa will be in a Juma or Hono a Ghana ni no ya Juma. Whatever value be as any panel activity be or ye biano. You count on say or you Ghana ni enti Jumadi na or can account because these are businesses are whole belonging to Ghanaians. And in that particular regard, companies no more foreign companies no more Ghana or more Jumano or more output yamfan can ye free. But that is the only way you can know say unkru for ADA. But GDP in India is bloated. It's bloated. It's bloated, and so far your friend is saying gross national product now at least I know the open who say you want kasa won crow for more economic output the market value and our assess and that might have some direct linkage be on the people. And the mere fact taken for attack can say Ghana economy is likely to hit 1 trillion mark and as for all babaka. Na civil servants or more in the department sorry budget so sometimes you begin to wonder say Ghana yetimi emubia na sankrofo weti and say omu huru Ghana for bo and I said it's just politics keke because so how this economy has suffered in the last 5 to 6 7 years Menyesho said what he read in Parliament, anything a bit may remedy the kind of damage, the extensive damage I caused to this particular country. Enti mo maye nunu ye ho ensre. Engaging in that kind of intellectual masturbation, will not help any of us because these figures are yet throw out there, and solve any of our problems. And I was thinking, say maybe these people will be guided. Not yet said this here. So the mere fact that the economy hit 1 trillion mark, I'm sure say you understand it. Say it doesn't necessarily mean say the economy is doing better because there are other negative factors a bit me and again rebasing of the economy was another key thing. Because rebasing the economy, over the years, economy, there are other aspects about on streamer which otherwise in the previous way, were not captured. And we expanded the base to capture those things. When it is expanded like that, always the base of the GDP, ever cost even in nominal terms, a basa, and no can who be a man, your debt to your GDP, a drop it back from because whenever the economy is rebased, my debt to GDP about from because economy nasan a buy. Na enchilese nyuma sem e kosoro. So I think that these are key things we need to consider and sana obi bi jubilate or jubilate. Yes. Until some government the interventions in the policies here best for your friends saying nyuma sem productivity ama nyuma sem akoso that exchange trade am for year juma. I don't know about my economy because even other economies in and so forth. I don't know driver no because in America, in the UK, and other places, sorry, I'm not pa. And that is the key thing. So the focus should be on creation of your first job. Sabaya man for BI because in Yuma Sem the output and those things, a bit but that area, no consideration. And ya twakin ho kasa na yakoto numbers in the parliament parliamentarians who are winning because of politics and the budget so can the budget so no can it ends there and at the end of the day the lives of the people and get it better in any way. And your friend is saying another key thing to me and I think it was very positive with your friend saying pardon semna na ye kan ho asem because Ghana for a complaining over the years said see it be what do you call menstrual poverty among for a suffer, especially young ladies or moko school ne other way because any pan fault and they say menstruating and we need to roll in a lot of interventions a bit me mitigating the kind of impact on the lives of these young people. So Abra government decided so bit we were positive and the intervention of mother buy but the question is so we had tax exemption for local companies or more produce your friend is saying pardon. I'm told that there are only 3 companies in Ghana, the whole of Ghana, 3 companies in our capacity to produce your friend is saying pad that. For my checks, I may be wrong, but I think this is on record. There are 3 companies in that particular capacity. So if it is 3 companies, ask yourself the whole of Ghana, 3 companies, that's the granted tax exemptions. More said for money for capacity burn or more to meet local consumption. It's not possible. So what it means in largely, Ghanaians will continue to rely on those that import directly. You might think, about from other companies may come on stream. Say, omonso babe yebi, maybe but agency, don't expect any sharp decline in terms of prices because most will still rely on those that are imported. Modibaba Kruma say, but 3 companies produce your friend is pardon. And enough to meet your friends said that the numbers are among for a issue chroma. So the majority of the people will still about 80% of the crowd will still rely on the Yafabana and then you need tax being free. So bear in mind. So the prices nothing will change. A local companies and those tax will a common so all crowd raw material not pad raw materials na yede all crabia bar. Import duty near year free so and hands so VAT and as for until but these companies are just few like I told you for my checks we have just about 3 and the capacity to be able to say or more pad bit me so be Ghana and say it's not possible so about 80% of that particular still will be imported and if that is the case say the policy it won't change anything. Nothing will change unless I say buying deliberately or so some local companies are say and I say they are bringing on stream a lot of the companies and I say individuals be asking manufacture some of these things and sometimes I get worried because some of these things it's easy I able to me that you produce, you see, you drive the economy and economy, these are some of the key things the government must focus on. Can you forget that Koki can say 169 factories a year, Juma, our hefa, our Kroma. And that factories in a year, Juma, Kroma, and Asabi, Obi, the impact on the economy is insignificant. So you target items because Obabia no better than also use pad. So you know, say this is an essential commodity that you are forced to get it. So these things, there is no need for us to be importing them. Government local companies and now say set up these factories, manufacture these things here. So even say a ton of one city, the money stays here. The factories will employ Ghanaians and they will work. But some of these things, you're blinding your eye and always playing political games around some of these crucial things. Because you see, we are buying now, we are serious, and you really, yes, Thelma, thank you very much. Moving away from taxation to production, that was the promise the president gave us. So I was expecting, say, some of the key things, some of the Nehemiah essential we are using on daily basis, at least. And government, the last time I was telling you about tea tomato, chroma, if you bang, I don't need tea tomato, so chroma saying. So why must we be importing tea tomato when oko be a techimai side or command dining as a forma can tamper those areas now? A month for a year tomatoes a binum crown madura because Mokoja was saying ya on top and the carnival fronts one madura. When we can set up companies, Nipano tea tomato no buy ya straight to factory, they turn it into a finished good. Then at the end of the day, Ghanaians will be buying. And some of these things in a bit sustaining the economy. Because other places like China and then as for they are leveraging their numbers for economic gains. So they be a China and yet not by magic be there no more to every more no. They have sat down and they have realized in their competition against the United States of America, they have the numbers. Because look at the Chinese. Baby, until they are not turn 1 city no be toby. That's why in America the same thing you turn 2 cities grand hope toby. Still China have the numbers. And they are leveraging their population for economic growth, and that is exactly what they've been doing. So answer na Huawei, Beijing, this is what they did. Almost said that they value their money. Emma the Chinese UN a conforma to the extent say answer na $1 Now Chinese when so there is nowhere you are living in China, so when you're affluent class and as a winisika, wouldn't mean to iPhone. Or you said that devalue Sikana to the extent say, as I was swat China Sika be brave and some what you when you're $1 and some what to iPhone. So a disincentive or not say a disincentive for people say and min to Huawei sir, and I mean to Huawei sir, and I mean to Huawei sir, and Huawei has become a big brand even globally. So because I offer the Chinese economic toolbox now, and near other countries so no omudi EU like yesika no dollar no kofumana ye wu high na we cheka. China deliberately devalued because production is key. Able to produce some of the essential things. But say yes, always and always because the economy rely largely on imports. The very moment dollar no see ever fluctuate per economy it throws the economy in disarray. Is economic plans in the project must drop na dollar and go do 15. Every projection will go to the dustbin. It's useless. How can we live like that? But in China, they will not care because for them, production, near me activities, they be a winner be so the substitute and the America, or America, they're not so expensive, so we are China near one conquer. So what is supposed to be economic way, say a month for economy, and today look at how far they have come. A strategy, a plan, and sometimes. o kan se mo ya amfo so kasa enti enema ye beya ya nkasa ye di. The last time I'm told say ya krabanche and you can't say you might think say it's just for social media way. It's true. Go and check ya krabanche. Ya kra ya fan saying oil, palm oil. Toothpick nena sefo nyina ya kraba kroma say. When we have young people coming out of the university every year, how are we resourcing these people? What skills are we equipping them so that among every school nobody can transition into the job market with ease? Almost bit access to capital. All these things are key things that we need to consider. And yes, sir, budget nothing better will come. We really need to sit down and begin to reason and think as reasonable people. Yeah, really say answer for and yes, because just imagine some of the things that one can say fear and nema we use and makeup we and mother borrow money baby. About 70% of Ghanaian ladies rely on makeups. It has become a daily thing that you consume your chroma say. That's a serious government, you know. This thing could be a huge industry. Because nema no more in your more careful one thing at the back. Nema no more dear makeup and more the borrow money no. Nina more careful one thing about. Whether if Rabonti or here people will use. So as a government, you know, you need to be very proactive. You look at the emerging needs of the people. Now we're creating an industry for it. And see, I say, and so I told the answer was so pine also be because the needs in India will continue to change. It will emerge, and as for you have to be very creative and very reasonable. And that is what you do. And you call your fear man. Your friend is saying, Tito Monto is soon the last time me check here in a single year country like Ghana, Timifa over $500 million. And I said, yeah, they over $500 million, $500 billion, $525 million, and they come at the Hoko Cram on the Bakruma. When we have vast land all over, yes, I name away. So you see, until say very practical. Now your tenancy move you away from those your friends the textbook economics and then as a former a man for read chigu mutimba but church and same because so here budget ya babontin. I'm telling you, go to 2000 budget statement in Kofana can the same statement na edited where nothing new. Go. It's the same thing. The format, the trend is everything. It's an annual ritual and Kufono. When they present the figures to them, they just edit it and put it there. Sometimes they don't even change some of the things. Can offer out a budget way this year, the last year, they just copy and paste some of the way now move the fee. They didn't even edit it. It's there. So we can continue to do this. We need to grow as people. But no. So that's tax incentive, no, as for now they ban. And again, Matisa said another tax incentive for electric cars and more manufacturer, crew money, but it was saying. Yes, it's a good move because the good move now. All come some say now no make cancer so here but be a world no sana the world is going green energy your friend saying clean energy and it is expected that by 2050 you know you move away from this your friend say burning of this fossil fuel carbon emission and as a form anti free advice we will be all plan say we be invested in your friends and filling stations in the next 10-20 years. Don't, because the world is moving away. Change your plans because maybe baba me say oil or petrol what the buy and I say dinner bedi you can use it because the world is moving away until such strategies be employed just to ensure say you're changing it to a different thing as a form and as extracting and then free mama sabi carbon way no way no there oil is going somewhere. So it's electric car importation be quite higher. Ask yourself so in the next 10 years, filling stations about yet to say your friend is saying post office. ne ho ne koso ko post letter a few a koso de ba kakra bi. So bear in mind our plans in the next 10-20 years our plans will be filling station because the world is moving away from petrol and they a free advice and so sir your friend is saying we na order ban. Yes, it's good because your friend saying me feel cry. Yes, climate change and then and when you follow some of these things, obviously there are monies and other things that comes with it. So Kendo Foreta, as smart as he is, just trying to do all these things just to ensure that at least Ghana and so your friend saying climate friendly policies about so you benya access to some of these things and say little or no impact on the economy. And one key thing maybe one mentia say na ye sa lo cars no more sambo no Ghana ha yes taxes and as for no. You see, until when now these foreign companies will come and prey on us and then get away just like that. Come my culture say yeah baha best check cars and as for no. Meaning the kind of if the government can give us the statistics, the amount of job no way are creative Oklahoma. These people do everything there, ship the pass here, and then as a result, we are giving them free winning as a for them. When they sell their cars, the monies, everything goes away. So at the end of the day, who wins? Who? Yan yes and Luzu and they might catch all their monies leave the source of this particular country in dollars. So at the end of the day, it put further strain on this economy. You see, so one of the fertile, your friends, a very serene environment to do business. Trust me, Ghana is one of those countries. And if you are outside, sir, because all you need is an environment that is politically stable. And Ghana, for some reasons, we've been able to enjoy this stable political a way for quite a long time. Because the even near Matitia Pan Samne as a foreign or other countries or Muye Kun as a foreign. Look at Ghana. People are only waiting, people are only waiting about what time, but so no whatever change. Nobody is thinking about so comfort to as a foreign. So Ghana has proven itself that we are foreigner now, baby, a very sound destination. Business. Ghana is one of them because of the political stability it may enjoy for quite some time now. So we do not need to entice somebody to bring business because the ground alone is a fertile ground, but consistently, you giving out tax incentive to these foreign companies here. Already they are rich. For you to go beyond your borders to other people's countries or set up business and as for it takes a lot. So banners more tax holidays for 5 good years. Do you know what they do? Go back and check these companies no more or you na 5 years in the best open or 4 years. Waguno no and now be was Sunday now because you see we really need to be very smart because some of these things don't grow the economy and grow the economy. So tax incentives, no tax holidays, maybe or Ghanaian businesses, no young men said we more pesika obi struggle no nya sika kakra or started even more pamene man obi when ye sika kakra or the status are there no tax and then as for bituano and we na gu. There are Ghanaians who are more tempted to open businesses in the country along the line because of Sika, because access to credit grant or access to Bosia. And the Kakana Wawa no taxes are beguno, but we fra bontin born no already oil rich and near someone a tax holiday. What's a nano obi besi the hotel or Chrome has say as a La Meridian Hotel or Savanyo. A tax holiday of about $4 million. And I granted to Obia and I classify among one district, one factory. Now the bank and a hotel. private hotel will be ABC dia running the business no be a part of one district one factory na ya granting us akeke but Ghana ni na waje sika kakra get all this starting bibi no tax e be gu so na adwuma na gu enti you see some of these things don't grow economy and I think this year per se